Hi guys, welcome back to Normski TV. Um, Arsenal 1, Olympiacos 2. We go out on the away goals, lose 2-2 on an aggregate. And mate, I'll tell you guys, I could not do the video yesterday because I was that angry and that frustrated. And really, I needed to sort of go to sleep, come back and assess the whole situation of what went on yesterday. I was on the phone to my mate when that second goal went in, and I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I'm not gonna blame Arteta here because I thought he picked the right side in my preview I did yesterday, or the match team selection. I looked at the team that he picked, thought great, very strong attacking side. You know, he had Bellerin, Bellerin. You had Mustafi, David Luiz, Saka. In the front, you had Ceballos and Xhaka, and then obviously playing up front, you had like Ozil in the hole, Pepe on the right, Laka up front, and Aubameyang on the left. So you're thinking, yeah, there's going to be plenty. I said it yesterday. I thought there's going to be plenty of goals. I predicted 3-0. I know some people predicted 5-0. It is what it is. I did not expect this at all. Did not expect this result at all. I mean, when I was watching the game and as it was unfolding, and I was thinking to myself, why are we taking this team lightly? Why are we thinking we could just turn up and, oh yeah, we'll turn this team over? I said it. We cannot afford to go into this game thinking, oh, this team we could just walk over them. Our passing yesterday was absolutely sloppy. We couldn't string no passes together. It was just frustrating to watch. And I was watching it with my son, and we were just thinking, why? I mean, Granit Xhaka, he's pinging balls at Saka like he was 50 yards away and hitting them at, I don't know what kind of speed he was hitting them, and they were just ricocheting off of him. Just stroke the ball nicely to him. Why are you whacking the ball hard at him? None of our passes were coming off. It was just absolutely ridiculous what I saw yesterday. And we just saw the old Arsenal coming back. And a lot of these players have to hang their heads in shame because, you know, Arteta's trying to do his best. And the players that he's got to work with, you know, we have seen improvement in terms of their work rate, and the likes of Mustafi, Granit Xhaka, David Luiz. You know, we've seen improvement, but there's a level at which these players can play at, and after that, once they've reached that ceiling, you can't make them any better. And you know, as I said, I'm not going to blame Arteta for this because he picked the right side. The only thing I would say with Arteta is that he needs to make his substitutions much quicker. Taking too long to make substitution. The first substitution he makes is Danny Ceballos comes off for Lucas Torreira in the 72 minute. You know, he was crying out for Gabriel Martinelli to come on, and you know, because Lacazette wasn't really doing anything. Lacazette didn't do anything up front. Just absolutely hopeless. I'm sorry, he was absolutely hopeless yesterday, and we needed someone like a Martinelli to come on and stretch the side. And as soon as he came on, I mean, I think Martinelli came on, I believe, in the 105th minute or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, no, he came on. Where did he come on? Yeah, I'm sure it was the 130th minute that he came on. No, tell a lie. It wasn't the 130th minute he came on, but I know it was well into the extra time when he took off Lacazette, and when he came on, he made a difference. You could see stretching aside, and as a result of him coming on, he was one that, you know, Passed that ball on to Uber, who done a fantastic scissor kick, and you're thinking, yeah, we've got this tie sewn up. What can I say? What can I say? What can I say? It's extremely frustrating. These players, you know, I'm not saying that they're down tools or anything like that. I just thought they just felt that they could just turn up and just roll Olympiacos over. You got to remember, Olympiacos dropped down from Champions League into this, you know, and the level of our players, you know, Olympiacos don't travel well anyway. Yeah, they don't travel well anyway, and I know that Olympiacos have made something like 15 visits to these English shores, and out of those 15 visits, they've lost 13. 13. Yeah, they've lost 13 games, and now they come to the Emirates, and they did it last time when we was in Champions League. They came and beat us in the second leg. We went out of that under Wenger, and now history has repeated itself, but only in the Europa League. It's not good enough. The players have to take responsibility for the way they played. Ozil, I was watching. I don't know. I just don't know whether he likes to close down. There was no pressing. I didn't see no pressing from the front. We wasn't playing a high line. Nobody was pressing, and that for me was frustrating. I was saying, what's happened to the Arsenal when we was playing the likes of Newcastle? You know, those teams where we was pressing them, came out second half and we was pressing them, and as a result of that we end up beating Newcastle 4-0. What's happened? I just don't get it. Don't get it one bit. And we're now out of the Europa League. I don't know what to say. We don't have any chance of personally getting into the top four. Much more the top six. In all honesty, I'd rather us just finish out of the Europa League positions. If we end up finishing seventh, we're gonna have to end up coming and playing a early qualifying game in July. That means it's going to be disruptive to our pre-season. That's not going to help us. So I'll just rather do you know what? Let's just finish eighth. Try and do something in the FA Cup, because it's a very, very slim chance of us actually getting into that top four, top five position. Just can't see it. Not with the players that we've got. Bellerin was getting roasted on that right side or that left side. As you look at it, he just was getting. He's lost so much pace. It's unbelievable. Now I know he's coming back from a long-term injury, and I get that, but you cannot lose that amount of pace. And he was giving the ball right, left, right, centre. His passes weren't coming off, making the wrong decisions. I just don't know what was going on with him. Just absolutely played terrible yesterday. It was absolutely terrible. I think the best defender for us, for me, yesterday was Mustafi. You know, he put in some great blocks, won some, you know, great headers as usual. And I think for me, personally speaking, if we had got through that game, I would have probably given the man of the match to him. Or possibly, even though Uba didn't do much in the game, but the fact that he almost got that winner for us, it would have been a close one between him and Mustafi. David Luiz, what was you doing for the second goal? The ball, we head the ball out. It goes out to one of their players on the right, and I think it was Ozil who's the one that was meant to be closing him down. Just stepped out of the way. Ball now is played back into the area, and if you watch the game, the ball comes over. David Luiz moves out of the way because he thinks either Leno's going to catch the ball or what? Just head it out, head it over the bar, and it falls into the path of El Arabi, and I think he's the one that got the winner. I don't know what Socrates is doing because he didn't track the runner, just fell there in the back of the net. I was like, oh my gosh, can't believe this, cannot believe this. We didn't play brilliantly, and to be perfectly honest, Olympiacos deserved to go through because you cannot. I mean, I think up until the 74th minute, we had no shots on target. We're at the Emirates. No, You know, you got Aubameyang, you got Lacazette, you got Ozil, you got Pepe. I mean, no, tell a lie. Let's go back. I think Pepe should have got man of the match. Totally forgot about Pepe. Totally forgot about Pepe. The only thing I was criticised Pepe is that because he hasn't got a right foot, when he receives the ball, he's always trying to get it back on his left foot. There was one instant where he twisted up this player left, right, centre, and I thought, Pepe, just let it off, let the goal, just shoot. But it didn't happen. But Pepe, for me, was probably the best player on the pitch, to be honest. Now that I've just remembered, Pepe, for me, was probably the best player on the pitch. But it's come to nothing. We're out of the Europa, and I don't know what the future holds. I don't know. I mean, when Aubameyang missed that last-minute sitter, I couldn't believe it. It was a massive chance. The goal was at his mercy, and he put it wide. And he fell to the floor, and I think Martinelli went over to him sort of to console him. Massive chance miss. Will Uber stay? Because he's doing all of this hard work. The guy's got 20 goals this season in all competition, 17 goals in the Premier League. He does this, and then the team goes and kicks him in the teeth. How can you be given no game management? Leno, what was you doing? Xhaka, why are you playing the ball back to Leno at that late stage? Why are you playing the ball back to Leno? I don't get it. And all Leno had to do was just boot into Rosette or boot it. I don't care what anybody says, yeah? The ball went back to Leno. Leno should have got rid of it. It's now ended up going to a corner, which has now resulted in us losing the game. Because if we didn't have the corner, we wouldn't be talking about this. He should have just got rid of it, kicked it out of Rosette. And that's a problem with Leno. Yeah, he might have saved us in a few games. I mean, he made a great save in that game. Lovely left-handed tip over the bar. And I thought, fantastic. But his kicking is just absolutely ridiculous. And he dilly-dallies. His game management. Just get rid of the ball. His decision-making is terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I don't care what anybody says. It's his fault. Yeah? If you got the ball out between him and Granit Xhaka, yeah? Get the ball. Get rid of the ball. That's what you need to do. Game management. And now we're in this situation now where we're now out of Europe. And it is what it is. I was absolutely devastated. Absolutely. I mean, when the goal went in for Uber, mate, my son, we just lost it. And my missus came in and she was just having a go at us. But I was like, you know what? You've got to celebrate this. You've got to celebrate this. And when Olympiacos scored that winner, I just sort of just stood there. I didn't make a sound, didn't make a noise. I don't even know my missus knew that we had lost. It was not nice. It was not nice at all. It really was a crusher. This one was definitely a crusher. And I almost compared it to when we lost against Birmingham in the finals of the Carling Cup back in 2011, I believe. So, but it's just the way we went out, because we was almost 2 minutes away from going through, and we go and do this. It is an absolute joke. The players need to hang their heads in shame. They need to fix up. We've got a game coming up on Monday away to Portsmouth. We need to try our best to just shrug off this disappointment. And Arteta's got a job lifting his players. He's got a massive job lifting his players. After we play Portsmouth, we have a home game against West Ham on, I think, the 7th of March. Just to try and, get us to that 40-point mark and just see what the other teams are doing. But at the moment, this is a kick in the teeth. I'm just praying that this doesn't result in us going on a downward spiral and just, losing games that we should win. Because our confidence at that point is absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I don't blame Aubameyang if he wants to go. I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit, because this guy has literally carried his team. He's carried his team. 17 goals. If it wasn't for his goals, we would probably lingering over the, if not in the relegation zone. So for me, I don't blame him for missing the goal. I don't care what anybody says. It's not his fault. The defenders, game management, you've got to sort it out. Arsenal, you've got to sort it out. But I think the big thing is come the summer, there has to be some wholesale changes. Now, I don't know where we're going to get the money from or how it's going to work out. As I said, it's a long shot if we finish in the top 4, top 5. Don't know if that's going to happen. But what I would say is that Kroenkes, I know you spend money. I've heard a stat that, the players that were on that pitch was over 306. I think the total cost was over something like 360 odd million. Don't quote me on the exact, but it was well over 300 odd plus million. Okay? Over 325, 30 million worth of players on that pitch. That's the same equivalent to the Liverpool players. I think it was like 332 million pounds of players they've got on their side. Now, what does that tell me? It tells me that Arsenal are spending the money, but they're spending it on the wrong players. We're spending it on average players. So it's the mismanagement and the recruitment that's really annoying me at this moment, because they're not spending the right money on the right players. What's happened to Pablo? Maria, we brought this guy in, not seen him play once. The right back from Southampton, Suarez. What's happening? Please, somebody please tell me in the comments what's happening with these players, because I don't know. We are scrimping and trying to save by bringing in loan players, and then when we bring them in, we're not playing them. We're not playing them. We seriously, guys. We need to. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know where we stand on this, but we really need to sort this out big time. Absolutely big time. You know what? I'm gonna give you my player ratings, and hopefully, you can comment and see what you think. You think I'm scoring them too low, too high? Do you think I'm too harsh? But I'm gonna give you my player rating. Starting with Leno in goal. Mate, Leno in goal, sorry, I'm going to have to give you a 4. I don't care whether you made a save or not. I'm going to have to give you a 4, because you should have booted that ball into Rose, and you dilly-dallied with the ball, and you ended up giving a corner, which then resulted in us losing that game from a set play. So I'm giving you a 4. Bellerin, right back, didn't bring nothing. He was losing the ball. He just, I don't know. He just didn't look himself, slow. It looked like he was running in treacle. Getting beaten all the time. His positional play. I don't know what he's doing. Out of position. Nah, he's getting a free. Bellerin's getting a free. Over to Mustafi. Mustafi is probably our best defenders out of a bad bunch. And, he went off injured in extra time. He was winning the headers. He could have probably, I don't know, for the first goal, the guy that scored against us, I can't remember, I think it's Cisse scored against us. He had a free run into the box. Nobody was picking him up. Between David Luiz and Mustafi, somebody should have picked him up. I don't know who's to blame on that, but, he was the best of that bad bunch. I'm going to give Mustafi a 7. Because he's probably the best defender on there. As for David Luiz, mate, why are you ducking? And I see this a lot of times with Mustafi. When the ball comes over, not Mustafi, David Luiz, when the ball comes over, he's either ducking, head the ball, you're a defender. Head the ball, what, you're frightened of getting your hair messed up or something? Head the ball away. Simple things. Right, mate, you're getting a 4. Okay, going over to left back Saka. Now, for me, this one was one of his best games, but he wasn't as worse as Bellerin or David Luiz. He tried his best to get down the left hand side, but he was getting stifled. He had 2-3 men on him all the time. Very difficult, and it doesn't help when you've got Granit Xhaka pinging the ball to him at 500 miles an hour. How do you expect the ball to stick to him? Yeah, wasn't able to make those forward runs. A couple of times he tried to put in a cross. He did put in a cross for a Lacazette goal that was ruled offside, and he was offside when he received the ball. But he didn't have one of his best games, and I'm going to score Saka 6. Going into midfield, you had Dani Ceballos. Again, his supply chain in terms of getting the ball out to the wide players was cut off, lost the ball a couple of times. He was tenacious in his tackles and stuff like that. But again, wasn't one of his best games. I'm going to give Dani Ceballos a 6. Granit Xhaka. I don't know what the why people think that this guy has improved. Seriously, he's got 1 foot. Okay, he can string a long pass, but why on earth, with a couple of minutes to go, you're banging the ball back to Leno? Why are you doing that? Please tell me why. Your passing wasn't brilliant. Short passes wasn't brilliant, and you just messed up, mate. You just messed up, and I'm gonna give you a 5. Okay, moving over on the right hand side, Pepe. He was definitely our best player that night. The guy was twisting up these players like I'm sure some of them must have came off with ankle damaged ligaments, because the way he was twisting it. There was one instance in the game where he must have turned this guy about 4 or 5 times. The guy was just left giddy. But the only thing was the end product. When you pick up the ball, I know you're left-footed, but sometimes if you can kick with your right foot, it would be good to just hit that ball first time. And the problem is that as the season goes on, especially come next season, they're going to work you out. So you're going to have to bring a little bit more creativity. You are creative, but I'm just saying is that you can't make it obvious what you're going to do. But other than that, you was definitely causing problems down that right-hand side. And I'm going to give you an 8, because you definitely was our best player on the pitch. Ozil, playing in the hole. Guy, again, just no closing down, no pressing. He just wanders around, jumps out of tackles. Even when that ball was played for the second goal for Olympiacos, what are you jumping out the way for? Put your foot in. Why does this guy like to put his foot in? He's not the sort of player that likes to do the dirty work. He just strolls around. Oh, even though he had that kind of pre-assist where he floated the ball in and Martinelli helped it on. Other than that, you just did very disappointing. And this 350 grand that you're nicking off us, we've got to get rid of him in the summer. Seriously, I'm sorry, he has to go. I'm giving Ozil a 5. Got Aubameyang on the left, and I feel sorry for the guy, you know what I mean? Because, he's the sort of player that wants to play central. He didn't... He put in hard work, but the supply to him was not enough. He wasn't getting enough of the ball. Didn't see much of him. And then when he did, like any brilliant striker, you could be out of the game, for 85, 90 minutes, and then bang, what a world-class strike. That was absolutely fantastic. And I just feel sorry for him because, he's doing all of this hard work, he's keeping his team, he's carrying his team, and his teammates are letting him down. Absolutely letting him down. If we had won that game, I would have probably scored just for the fact of the goal. I would have scored him a 9, but I'm gonna give him a 7. And then Lacazette up front, mate. Oh, you're about as effective as a chocolate fire guard right now. Yeah, you might have done the hard work, but you're missing chances, man. Why are you missing chances? Come on, man. When we paid you 50 million and you... Oh, listen, man. You needed to have come off and Gabriel come on in the second half. But Arteta, that's what I'm saying. Arteta didn't make the change. And when Gabriel came on, what a difference the guy made. What a difference the guy made. We just can't go on like this. We can't go on like this. And like I said, I'm going to have to give you a 5. Sorry, mate. I'm going to have to give you a 5. With the substitutes, you had Willock coming on for, I believe he came on, Willock came on for, let's see, for Bellerin in the 84th minute. Didn't really do much. When he picks the ball up, he just needs to drive at him and don't stop. Just keep driving. One of the things Arsenal players gets me annoyed is when they pick the ball up, they don't drive at them and drive at them into the penalty box or even draw a foul. It's like they stop and then, the whole play and everything breaks down. When you pick the ball up, drive at them, Willock, man. Come on. You didn't really have much to do. I'm just going to give you a 5. I'm just going to give you a standard 5. Socrates had to come on and replace Mustafi because he came off with it looks like an hamstring injury, and I hope it's not going to be a long one. Socrates came on, and I think he should have done better with that second goal because it's almost like he lost his man and didn't track him, and the guy just had this time and space to put the goal in the back of the net, and hence we're out. So Socrates, I'm gonna give you a 5 as well. Martinelli, who came on for Lacazette, for me, he came on and I think he sort of, the game for me started to really open up. There was more, I can't find the words. He was just more, he was more expressive in terms of what he did. Going forward, we looked dangerous. It looked like we was having Olympiacos on the ropes. And he supplied the cross for Aubameyang, who scored, as I say, that absolutely worldy of a goal. Wish he had come on earlier because I think we was too narrow. We needed to get the ball out wide. Trying to play for the middle, and it just wasn't happening. So Olympiacos set up basically for a draw or for penalty shootout. But Arsenal switched off in the last dying minutes, and as I said, we end up losing the game. Martinelli, I'm going to give Martinelli a 7 because I think he did come on and, for me, kind of changed the game. Arteta, I'm not going to blame Arteta. The only thing I would say with Arteta, he just needs to make changes much quicker. The likes of Martinelli, we should have replaced Lacazette, in the second half, maybe at 60 minutes, but the guy played the whole of 90 minutes plus whatever extra time, and we needed to make the change much quicker. For a guy that got Player of the Month back in January, what has he done wrong? I don't know. I don't know what Arteta's thinking or what, but it is what it is. I know this is a long video, but I had to get this out of my system. So I'm going to score Arteta. I'm going to give Arteta a 7. The fans, there were times, I could hear the Olympiacos. I was watching it on TV, and I could hear the Olympiacos fans loud and clear. It seemed very quiet, but, they always come out, they support their team. I'm going to give the fans an 8. I'm going to score the fans at 8. The referee, just too pernickety for me, you know what I mean? There's certain fouls that he should have, he let go, and I just felt it was just I wouldn't say he didn't have control of the game, but I just felt that there was certain decisions that went against us. And, I'm just going to give him a 5. Other than that, guys, we're out. We are out of Europe, and I don't know what the future holds. Really don't know what the future holds, but I just pray and hope that we sort things out and sort it out really quick. Listen, please comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I will hopefully be giving a preview for the Portsmouth Arsenal game, which takes place on Monday. I don't know if he's going to make wholesale changes or what. I don't know, but We really need to pick ourselves up. It hasn't been a good. Hasn't been a good. What I say it hasn't been a good this good week. In terms of us going out, and yeah, I feel it. I do feel it for Aubameyang. I just hope and pray that he stays. Listen, guys, I'm out of here. Take care.